friends, Joe here at Reverb.com. We're taking a dive into some riffs and songwriting techniques of George Harrison, and in this video we are taking a look at some chord theory and chord progression structure in the song Something. We all know George as a great soloist and a great guitar performer. We know him as a great songwriter as well. He wrote such beautiful songs, and if we can tap into a little bit of the techniques he used as far as chord structure and tonal color, then maybe we can write some beautiful songs as well. So there's a specific technique that George uses twice in Something, and let's check it out. The beginning of the verse starts in C major, key of the song. What George does is he's written C major, something in the way she moves. That C major becomes a C major 7. To make that a C major 7, all you have to do is lift up your index finger. And that opens up that B string, right? Then that C major 7 becomes a C dominant 7. The dominant 7 means that that 7 becomes a flat 7. So in a major 7, your major 7th is a B, and in a dominant 7 chord, that B becomes a B flat. So what this creates is almost an urgency within a chord to want to resolve. A dominant tonality in a chord makes that chord want to resolve down a fifth, almost every time. And that's what it does in Something. It goes down a fifth to the chord of F. Okay? The reason for that, I think, is because of the dissonance between the third, the major third of the chord, and the flat 7th of the chord. In this case, E, your major third of C, and B flat, your flat 7. Those two notes together, check it out. It's very dissonant, right? If you just heard those two notes, you would think, well, those notes don't belong together in a chord. But in fact they do. Many chords they belong together in, and they create a tension, and that tension needs to release. It needs to go somewhere. That third wants to go up a half step to this note, and that flat 7 wants to go down a half step to this note. And as a result, you get this kind of a resolution. Or in the full context of the chords, makes sense, right? So George didn't invent this idea, but George used it a lot. He used it in Something, he used it in some other songs as well, in a solo career and other Beatles tunes as well. And the line that your ear is following here is the chromatic line from C to B flat to A. So that is the first example of this technique that George uses. He uses it again in the B section of the song. Totally amazing, right? He goes to A minor, which is the relative key to C major. It's the exact same thing. The only difference here is that it's a minor chord instead of a major chord. It still has the same function, the same direction. So in this case, it's A minor, and the chromatic line that we're going to follow, that our ears are going to follow, is A, G sharp, G natural, and F sharp. And that F sharp is going to fall as the third over D7 chord. And these are the shapes that I like to use. There are some different voicings you can use, and you should try those out for sure, but this lesson is more about the tonality and the color and why these chords move the way they do and resolve the way they do. But check out other voicings of these chords on your own for sure. So that's the gist of that songwriting technique. You should use it. It's very prevalent in jazz music, popular vocal jazz music, obviously popular music. You can apply that anywhere, to any chord. It doesn't matter what key you're in, it doesn't matter what position you're in. If you can take a major chord, turn that into a major 7 chord, turn that into a dominant 7 chord, and then resolve down a fifth. Bottom line, enjoy it, have fun. Thanks George Harrison for all of your great songs, and watch our other George Harrison videos on other riffs and songwriting techniques.